Excited to be doing another review for you. It's a USpicy review. I done the 32-piece makeup brush set review on the USpicy makeup brushes, and they were so happy that they actually contacted me and sent me 2 more products for the purpose of reviewing on YouTube. For this video, they've sent me their 8-piece Splendid makeup brush set. I'm going to create a look using these brushes only as a demonstration of the brushes that I've received. They come in their usual black box, and inside that you've got a wipeable USpicy pouch to hold your brushes in. You've got a user guide, and in this guide has got details on the brush specifications. I will copy those down below so you can see what each brush is made of. They are a mix of synthetic as well as horse and goat fibre. And this is the brush set. So it comes in this little case that looks like a lady's purse, magnetic open and close. These little closures is what I mean. And then you've got the brushes held inside. So you've got powder brushes, you've got foundation brushes, concealer brushes, eye brushes, and a lip brush. Please feel free to use brushes in any other way that you see fit. So if you like the lip brush and think, oh, I'd like to use that as an eyeliner brush, then do that. If you see the foundation brush and think I could use that for cream blush, then go ahead and do that. There is no right and wrong with how you use your brushes. The brushes come with this plastic wrap on all of them, and the bigger brushes have this cap on them, and that's just there to protect the bristles. They're also all wooden handled. They also have the USpicy logo on them, as well as the brush number, which corresponds to the instruction leaflet. So starting with the powder brush, this is brush number 1. It's very soft on my skin to swirl it around in circles. I've got really sensitive skin because I've been unwell for a few weeks, and all this area here is quite dry, it's raised, it's very red and patchy. So this will be a great way to see how soft the brushes are on me. I'm just stippling it on, and it's not pricking me. And I always like to just run them just under my eye to see if it drags my skin, and actually it's not dragging my skin either. This is goat hair. It's really soft to touch, and it's very, very dense. There's loads and loads of fibres in there. Really, really soft to touch with my finger. There's no shedding on it at all. On to brush number 2. This is the powder brush. I would actually just use this to dust off powder under my eyes. I would also use it to apply loose powder around the eye area. I would then also switch it to use white or lighter powder just to highlight this area when I'm not using a pigmented product. I think for a pigmented product, if you're going to use it on the apples of the cheekbone or the highlighter area, it's fine. But if you were going to use sort of very glittery product, then you can see the bristles do spread out a little bit. So you want to be careful just to use the point only in this area, otherwise you're going to get highlighter here and maybe up here as well. Bringing you in closer, you can see that it's tapered all the way around the brush. So it's thicker here and it tapers into a point. It's almost bullet shaped, but I find bullet brushes are very stiff and mostly synthetic fibre. So it's nice to have one that is, you know, look at the way that tail, that top part just sort of really does work. It is doing all the job of applying and blending, you can see. I'm on to brush number 3, and in my instruction booklet, brush number 3 is the angled definer brush, which is goat hair. I typically use brushes like these to apply contour and darker powder products or darker blush just here, this area. So you can see with the bullet brush, I was tending to use it more up the top, but this one I would use it more at the bottom. You can turn it on its side, which is what I usually do, suck my cheeks in and apply your contour under there. You can take it around and apply your darker colour at your jawline to contour as well. Really great for under here. Both these brushes, the number 2 and the number 3, are going to do a very similar job. This one is just a little bit flatter. It's not domed all the way around. it's got that shape here and it's tapered to a point up here too. Brush number 4 is a blender or a concealer brush. As you know from my very earlier tutorials, I used to use brushes like these to apply foundation. I used to just get them on and work them in, and it used to give me a really flawless coverage and really work it into the pores, and I used to get an all-round smooth finish. But this one, you could easily apply concealer under here, pat it on, and then apply this brush to just smooth it out. That's how I would use this brush. You can also use it to apply your primer, and the reason I say that is because this brush is a little bit stiffer. It's the synthetic one, and so it will really work those cream products into the skin. So you've got your 3 eyeshadow brushes here, a fluffy, a flat one, and a thinner one, and then you've got your lip brush right here as well. So I'm using a little peach eyeshadow base. This is a cream eyeshadow. I'm using brush number 6, and I'm just going to apply this peachy cream just here to the outer corners of my eye, or the inner corners. Get my outer and my inners mixed up today. So I feel like I would rather switch to the bigger eyeshadow brush, which is brush number 5, and I could quickly get the job done. There we go, of applying colour as well as shading it at the same time. Just taking some purple, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner. It's another cream-based product. It's doing a really great job of blending it actually. It is a soft brush, but I do prefer synthetic brushes up here and a bit more fluffy, but because I don't have that kind of brush here within this set to go in, this is just perfectly adequate. You can see this brush is doing a brilliant job of just getting in the crease and applying colour in there as well. And I'm being quite sloppy with my application, but it's doing a great job. I'm going in with some loose pigment now, and I'm just using the same brush. I'm just patting that on. And what I'm looking for is to see how much fallout I get here. So far I can't feel that I've got any. And with a smaller brush, I'm able to just concentrate the colour where I want it. Nice to be able to get this level of detail with a smaller brush like this. I actually don't own a brush like this, so I can easily get lines and graphics with this. And then to soften that out, just pat or blend between the 2 colours. I'm using brush number 7 to apply liquid eyeliner. It's a really flat brush. Now you guys know I normally prefer the very pointed pencil brushes. And I've never applied liquid liner this way before with a brush like this. Push liner just into the lash line, not as a tight line, but as a, just to wiggle it just at the base of the lashes. And it's really comfortable. I don't feel any sort of pain by using that brush within my eyeline. So that gives me the confidence to then go in and do my tight line. And that is just a breeze actually. This is going to be an ideal brush for my pro kit alone. Because you could get the client just to close their eyes and just swipe that under. That's awesome. I've got a nice thick sort of detailed wing to my eyeliner here. This is the Inglot number 77 gel liner, the black one, the famous one. You could also tap in colour where you needed it. Just going to attempt a thinner line on this eye. A really thin line would be achievable with practice. I'm applying my primer with the flat concealer brush. My skin is so dry. Picking up some concealer with the concealer brush. In their instructions, the powder brush is also used for foundation, and it says you'll get a perfect foundation finish. So I'm applying my Kiko foundation all over. And there's no movement in my face, it's not dragging at all. Very soft on the skin. Kind of got my thinking face on because I'm thinking about these brushes. Got one little fibre that's come off there. So it's soft enough to get in under the eyes and not disturb the concealer that I've put in underneath. The powder brush does behave like a normal powder brush. It's soft, it's fluffy, it goes into all the places that it needs to. It doesn't miss any of the contours of your face at all. And does the job of blending on powder very, very nicely. I'm applying a purple blush, and the reason I've chosen this colour is I really want you to see how this brush behaves. There's a lot of colour on that. You can see there that I've got the perfect line. It hasn't gone anywhere else apart from where I wanted it to. For me, this is the seller of this blush kit. Blush brush kit. So now I'm just going to come in above my cheeks a little bit, just sort of apply the darker part here and then slowly come up, not quite hitting the front part, the apples. I just want to bring it up in that paisley shape that I like, just to my temples, just up to here. This is what I meant about applying highlighter just where you want it. I've cleaned off the brush I used for eyeliner, number 7, and I'm just going to do my brows. I've turned my studio light off on my left hand side because it suddenly got very, very bright, and on my right hand side I have got studio lights on, so I might look a little bit funny. Also, you'll really see how dark those brows are on me now. I know many of you have said to me in the past, do darker brows, and I've always been like, nah. I'm using MAC Profusion now. I'm And this brush applies lipstick like a dream. I'm being quite fast and sloppy with it, but I'm still getting within the lines and filling in no problems. I'm doing it while I'm talking. I would also like to use this brush that I've just used for lipstick just to get a little bit of colour underneath my eyes. I just feel like it's the right shape to do that. I've thrown on mascara now and my whole makeup look is done. My overall view on these brushes are that this is a really good brush set. There are some brushes in here that I think are an absolute must. My favourite brush out of the pack is this blush one, and it literally could do your primer, your foundation, your powder, your blush, your highlighter. It could do a lot of things, this one. Blend concealer. I just really like this brush within the pack. This is my most favourite one. I was really surprised by the lip brush. I've never used a lip brush like this to apply lipstick, and it was really quick, really easy. I was being really quick and sloppy with it, and I got well within my lines. I didn't come up as I do. I tend to use like the really detailed pointed ones that I use for eyeliner as well, and I was just really surprised that that did a better job than the ones that I have normally. So I'm definitely going to throw these two in my pro kit. And this brush for eyeshadow did most of the job on my eyes, and that impressed me. I always think it's really great to have fewer brushes. It just means that less washing up, and it's cleaner, that can do cream eyeshadow, powder eyeshadow and pigment within the one brush. I don't know what the price of these brushes are, and I deliberately didn't look, and the reason is I didn't want price to influence how I felt about the quality of these brushes. So I will put a link below to USpicy's Amazon site, and you can see both in the UK and the US, there'll be two links, how much they'll cost to purchase. I really hope this review was useful to you. Please do let me know, rate, subscribe, comment, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care, bye. If you like this review, please do check out my others, the 32-piece brush review from USpicy and their hot brush. Thanks for watching, take care. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram for more shenanigans. Bye.